Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link. Because now I know when something happens in our lives that is unexpected, you have to go into it in order to ever have any hope of coming through it. So when you go, guess what? When you come out the other side, you grow.
Brought out more in me than I thought that I didn't even know that I had.
That has given all of us a great hope for what we can do with our own messages, our abilities to deliver, but most importantly, to deliver it in an authentic and very, very intriguing way.
Have you ever been in something or felt something where the only way you felt you could deal with it was to leave, get away? I thought that was the meaning of control. It took me 4.5 years to stop looking around the room of my life, of my journey, of my purpose, digging in cushions for a remote that never existed. Looking, re-looking, going back and upgrading, bringing in and pulling out things that do not serve you must go. Those things out in this world that are designed to bring us down, to keep us down, put their foot on our neck and whisper to us that we're never good enough, they don't whisper. They yell at us from all directions, top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner, 365 days. When somebody asks you about yourself, don't you dare whisper. When they ask you to raise your hand, don't you dare half raise it. When they ask you something good about you, you scream it with all you have. Come on now, get up, get up. Tell me who you are. Show me who you are. Greatest truth of all, that not everyone has to remain lost. Everything I say has to be down here in the basement, but it's getting there. I don't care. I was telling somebody yesterday. Well, actually, this morning when I was out taking the recycling out, I just, you know, how sometimes we talk to just say stuff out loud, right? Nobody in particular. Usually we're alone. And I was like, you know what? I am not going to worry about when is my voice going to come back. And what I'm going to do is get up every day and I'm going to figure out how to do the best with what I have until what I had comes back or not. That, you know, as soon as I said it out loud, I thought, you know, I could hear God saying to me, you know, that's all I was waiting for you to say. You know, sometimes we got to remember that we are inside of a tunnel known as trust. And as we crawl through it, dig through it, using the light within us, the light ain't at the end of the tunnel, or else you in the wrong tunnel. That means somebody done already dug that one. Right. And tunnels don't go straight. How you going to see a light at the end when the tunnel go like this? Is every day always straight? No, it ain't. So the light is in us and we are the light. So can I get an amen up in here? I'm going to just tell you something. When you crawl through that tunnel of trust and you find that fortitude to stand up, guess where you're at? It ain't a thing. You're going to stand up in a place, and faith is a place. I mean, to tell you, faith is a place. Get there as soon as possible. There it is. Good morning and welcome to today's installment. Oh, all I need is the choir to come up and do an A and B selection. I'm just saying, you know, I'm feeling some kind of way because I'm excited. I'm excited. It's a beautiful day here in Chicagoland. 74 is the predicted high. It's sunny, nice. I didn't have to put a coat on this morning when I took the recycling out. And I just looked up and I said, isn't God great? Isn't God good all the time? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So listen, I am happy to be here with you, fulfilling that promise that guarantees us that where two or more of us come together, and we're coming together in agreement. We're coming together with a mindset, a heart set, a soul set, that we are going to change this world. One story, one person at a time. Spiritual magic is what comes out the other end of that equation. You best believe it. One more time. Can I get an amen? That's right. We're in agreement. I'm feeling it today. I'm so excited about my guest today. She's here for the very first time. Yvette is here today. Yvette Jones Swanson. Wait till you hear the story. I found her. I saw something on Facebook about this transformation. I went, what in the world? Right. Then I got on a call with her. It was spiritual magic, and here she is today. But before I get her in here, I got a couple announcements. Let me get up to them. I just want to say, okay, you guys, thank you for all your support. Trajectory TV was a week old week old Tuesday, and we're so excited. It's doing well. It's out. Get over and check us out. Trajectory TV on Facebook or trajectory.net, trajectorytv.net if you want to look at some of the shows. Or do you have a show? Are you a consummate story creator, storyteller, content creator? You got something you want the world to know? Holla at me. We're going to help you get there, and that's a promise. Yesterday, the latest iHeartRadio and wherever you get your downloads for your podcasts and whatnot, License for Love, the Heartbeat and Relationship Conversation, where I and my good co-host and dear brother in the fight, Cowboy Jack Shaw, out of Nashville, he's a Nashville singer down there. We give it to you every week. Just ask your Alexa to play License for Love podcast. And congratulations again. You guys get to Kohl's, go online, get to the store, check out my guys, Triple Nickel, all retired veterans. These guys are the real deal. I wear Triple Nickel all the time. Look, got one on now. And they are in Kohl's. They have built this business in just a couple years. God is good all the time and all the time. You best believe. You best believe. Yesterday, the book came out. Thank you, Misty Lee Riston, and all the team and all the authors in this wonderful book, Align, which is all about how to attract, accept, and accelerate abundance. Don't just manifest money. Don't just manifest a car, a mate, dinner on the town. Manifest abundance and get it all. That's it. Because you only want what God has for you, right? And that's going to be more than enough. More than enough. I promise you that. So that concludes the announcements. Now I'm going to bring our guest in here, and let me tell you just a little bit about her. She is bringing to the world right now a program entitled 100 Days to Better Health. You know, she asked the question, what does a person who has had a stroke, a heart attack, and COVID look like? Well, you can see her in a minute when she gets on the screen. She is smiling from ear to ear today because she is 27 pounds healthier. Now, I'm talking about our girl, Yvette Jones Swanson. She has an exceptional story, unbelievable health challenges, and how she has extraordinary victories through this recovery. Now, what happened in 2019? Yvette was forced to prioritize her health when she felt a tugging and a pulling in her arm and in her chest. The doctors discovered, lo and behold, she'd had a heart attack. Lord have mercy. And she was hospitalized then for 5 days, but still, she couldn't sit her butt down. She continued to work. Okay, sound familiar? But unfortunately, in 2021, she began to feel fatigued again, accompanied by an elevated temperature, and she tested positive for COVID-19. And this caused her to develop pneumonia and to be readmitted to the hospital, this time for 6 days. She suffered post-COVID symptoms of insomnia and brain fog. I still deal with some of those things from long COVID, as well as what you hear going on in my throat. This voice thing. I've been to so many specialists, they said you just got to wait it out. But I'm trying a whole bunch of holistic stuff, and I hope to get some tips from my girl Yvette today. Now, she says, as if a heart attack and COVID weren't enough, she suffered a stroke while sitting on the couch. So it wasn't like she was up, line dancing or nothing. She was just sitting on the couch, minding her business. So all of a sudden, simple functions like getting off the couch were a struggle physically and mentally. And after all these challenges, she made a decision. She took a choice. She made a choice. That's right. To take control and pour determination into her health. And in, I think, less than 100 days, she found her way back to the woman you will see today. Why did I leave this up on the screen? That was a true senior moment. But I claim it. I'm glad, because I never thought I was going to get to be a senior, right? Remember that? Remember when we thought I ain't going to make it? Lord Jesus, I ain't going to make it to my 30s. Oh, I know I ain't going to live to 40. But here we are. Thank God, here we are. And guess what? Here she comes. Put your hands together. How do you do that from way across? You put some hearts on the screen. It's called virtually applauding, because here she comes. Yvette Jones Swanson. Let's make her feel welcome.
Oh,
Good morning.
good morning. You caught me.
How are you?
I'm amazing.
You are. You are.
I am.
Listen, I am so
Yes.
glad you're here. Thank you so much, Yvette. I feel, matter of fact, I got to celebrate you. I'm going to celebrate you, give you your flowers, because
Thank you.
before we even get into it, I got something personal I want to share with you. I want to tell you something.
Hmm.
Even since we were on our call together, have been peeking around, nosing around up in your world. And I just want to say, you are a true inspiration about not letting something hold us down, keep us down. Like Les Brown says, as long as you fall forward so you can
That's
get
right.
back up. Use your hands to push yourself back up. Now, how I do it is I like to give the guest a minute to
Hmm.
have a personal moment to say hello, tell people where you are in the world, fill in any key points that I might have left out from your bio, and then I'll come back in and we'll get started. How's that sound?
Phenomenal. I could do that.
Okay, here you go. All you, take it away.
Well, good morning and welcome to my world. It is a phenomenal world now, coming out of all of those illnesses and diseases and darkness. That was the worst. Thinking that I need to get up, but how? Where do I start? What does it look like? I had a heart attack, all that stuff that the doctor mentioned, along with diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, and my doctor wanted me to go to a heart doctor, cardiologist for a heart pill and a blood thinner. Oh,
I didn't know,
yeah.
girl, you had everything but an ingrown toenail.
No.
I'm not kidding. I'm like, my goodness.
Look
That
at
now,
her.
here's
Look
what
at her. Yes.
Let's go, because this is where we're gonna take this today.
Okay.
How you get to the point where all those things that did not serve you, you heard in the promo, I always say this from the stage, things
Yes.
that do not serve you must go. Now,
Let's go.
all these things that were just walking around, sitting on the couch next to you, laying in bed with you, in the shower with you, and you just used to them, they're there not to serve you. But
Mm-mm.
then all of this happens, and now they serving you all right because you're not serving them any longer. Because see, they want to
Right.
trick us into serving them, and that's why you almost checked out of here. Tell
Uh-huh.
us, Yvette, where where was your attention as far as yourself? How did all these things stack up on each other, and you didn't even pay attention or didn't give a damn, or what was it? Because it ain't like they just popped up one morning all at the same time. Hey, girl, we here. Bring in our stuff. Bring in our luggage. And here's diabetes. Here's all these things. They had to be slowly. How can you see it so clearly now when you seemingly couldn't see it at all then? What was that?
I was busy working, living life, taking care of my children, making sure they had a roof over their head and all the goodies, flight school and horseback riding and all the stuff that I couldn't do or didn't do as a kid. I wanted to
Mm,
experience it. So,
through
and
them.
I didn't hear you.
You were experiencing it through you want your kids to have better than what you did.
Yes,
Right. But
and we
how did
did.
you lose yourself? How did you fall down in the cushions of the couch or get thrown into the proverbial junk drawer of life in the process? How did you lose yourself? Or do you know?
I no, I think I had become someone else. I became a mother and not blaming it on my children, but that was my choice to do those things and I was having so much fun doing those things and working on top of that. I forgot what I liked to do for myself.
Mhm.
And I didn't pay attention to um weight.
The warning signs?
Yes.
Were there warning signs? Were there red? Was something? Remember that movie with Eddie Murphy and Gina from Martin, and Gina
Yeah.
lived across the hall, and she would be over there going, "Girl, don't do it." When he would have dates. So did you see things in your world warning you, "Don't eat them chitlins"? I'm just making that up. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I
What were the
do.
warning signs, and why did you
Oh,
ignore them?
they just
You
became
believe the meat
comfortable.
was greasy?
No, it just became comfortable. No effort on that part. It was just something I did.
What about people close in your world sitting in the front row seats? Any of them say, Yvette, I noticed you've been dragging booty. You don't seem more
No,
bright. Nobody told
no,
you anything.
no. My mother, no, because at one, I don't think my mother even saw it because I always came around her cheerful and upbeat. And a lot of it I hid. I knew how to dress and
Mm.
hide, certain areas. And then, one person did tell me, and I didn't receive it well. I heard
Oh,
it, but didn't do anything about it because I'm like, oh, okay, that'll go away. That little 10 pounds will miraculously go away.
right.
Yeah, but before I had the heart attack, yeah, I was heavier than what I had used to be. That's what started it, that weight gain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
So take us to the day.
uh-huh.
Because one day, see, this is purpose. How you're sitting here, who you are today. But that day that all that stuff came home to roost, you went to sleep the night before, got up that morning, not even knowing you were never gonna wake up that girl again because something was about to happen that would change your life, your journey forever. Take us back to that day where you got up, thought you was gonna put your feet in the slippers, go on in there, turn on the coffee, do all the things we usually do. And then
Ye-
what happened?
well, unfortunately, I couldn't even walk to go turn on the coffee.
Mm,
I just thought to myself, why am I waiting? This was February 27th, 2022, and I was supposed to start my journey on
this
March
year.
this year on March 1st, 2022. And I'm sitting on the side of the bed just like I can't wait till March 1st.
I know
So
that's
I
right.
I got, did the do in the bathroom, walked down the stairs backwards because that's the only way I could walk down with the joint pain all over the body and the pain inside the body and the yuck that's being carried around from the fat, the diabetes, the hypertension and the
Oh,
high cholesterol.
girl.
That's a heavy weight. And I was just tired of
Mm,
her. Y'all see her? I was
mm,
tired as hell.
no, that's
That
right.
woman, that woman wore me out. I said, "You gotta go. You
She
can't
wasn't
stay."
serving you.
No, no, not at all. Everything of that woman, I gave away. All the clothes. I gave away 8 big giant bags of clothes. And God told me this day, when I'm in the closet looking for something, I'm like, I don't like this. She's ugly. She doesn't fit well on me. This got to go. My closet was almost empty.
Mm,
Everything you see me with on is brand new. I and I didn't know why I was doing this. Why am I throwing away
girl.
all my clothes? This was one step. Even before I started my 100-day journey, God
Right.
said, get rid of it.
Right.
It's not
And let me just
serving you.
that girl, I ring it again. The ring, that's the bell of purpose, y'all. I ring it when some truth is out here because the truth is just like that bell. It's got a ring to it.
Yes.
It ain't never gonna change. Let me say something here. How important what you just said is because my spouse has clothes right around the corner, hanging racks of them from the 90s. Stuff like that. And when we have a death grip on things that do not serve us, you have to banish those things. You don't just
Yeah.
say, well, you ain't welcome here no more. And then, they sitting across the street following
Right.
you to the skull. Right. No, you got to make sure I push the button on my spiritual death, call my soul forward. That's security. Tell them, get them
Hmm.
out of here, get that passport back, escort them out of my realm of kingdomness. I'm doing kingdom work and their services are no longer required here.
Yes.
So you you said that, but
Yes.
did you think it was too late? Did you think it was a desperation thing? Too much, too little, too soon? What went through your mindset? Something tried to talk you out of, girl, you know this ain't gonna work. Why you playing? Why don't you just
No.
lay on back down, sit your ass down? Talk about that conversation that tried to dictate what your next
Oh,
move was gonna be and how you dealt with that voice that dictated.
ah. You know, I had to curse that bitch out.
Huh?
That's how I dealt with her.
I know that's right. What you say?
I
Oh,
fought. I fought that every day. My promise to myself was I'm going to do this thing for 100 days.
mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it or die trying, but I'm not going to stop. And that was my determination. That was my motivation. I did, and my husband can attest to this. He said to me one day, I said, well, what did you think about me when I was in my journey doing my 100 days? He said, I he said, no, let me take that back. Because he was going to say, I allowed you. But
Oh,
instead, he
you
said,
stubborn.
I support you. I said, hot damn. And he really did because he saw that
Amen.
I wasn't giving this up. And nothing anybody could say to me or do towards me. And as a matter of fact, I shut everybody out. My phone has been on do not disturb since February 27th, 2022. The first
Wow.
time the message was, I am on a healthy life choice sabbatical. The second message was, okay, now let me take this off because I am back to my business,
Okay.
my financial business. So let
Right.
me take that piece off and just let me say that I am in school learning some more great things regarding my profession in real estate and investing to help you. So
Right.
I'm back, but it's still on do not disturb. You leave a message and I'll call you, contact you when my mind is open to having that conversation. If I'm going to call you back at all, I'll just text you and say, send me your questions or email them to me. I
Right.
guard everything about my life physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. I still guard
Fiercely protecting
it.
it. Now,
Protecting me.
I'm gonna tell you what I saw when I was reading your story for the very first time. I ain't lying. It was
Uh-huh.
like you turned into Della Reese
I
on that
know I
movie with Eddie Murphy when she said, "Oh, she got up. Oh, you gonna hit folks with trash cans? Oh,
right.
remember that? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, now I got to cut you. That's how you
Right.
talk to them. That's how you talk to them things that do not
Yeah.
serve you. You can't play with them because they ain't
No,
trying to play with you. They trying
and
to
I
take us out. Can I get an amen? That's how it is. And we got to remember, y'all, we have dominion. Why you
yes.
think we're the only creatures that God allowed to speak? So we could speak power over those things that try to trick us into serving them. So I want to
Yes.
get to that point because isn't it interesting, Yvette,
Hmm.
how, you know, when we say we want to do something and it never happens, I want to lose
Right.
10 pounds and we gain it. That's the wish
Mhm.
list. Want is like a wish, but when it's a need, I need to do something. Need comes with a plan. Talk
Mhm.
about that. How suddenly you could see the plan laid out before you. How did that
Oh,
feel?
it felt awakening. I was, people say, is she woke? Yeah. My eyes, my it felt like everything had just closed right here to focus right in here to come all the way through. And I just woke up one day. And that's exactly how it was. It was an awakening.
Did you
And
wake
that's
up on your own like this? Mm, waking up. Or was there a higher power that was like, you remember when you wouldn't get out of bed and your mama come in there and rip all the covers off? I couldn't
yeah.
stand that because you cold and he was like, damn. Right. Did something say, look, get your ass up. I ain't coming in here again. Let me have to come in here one more time. So how did that feel?
Oh, that's almost a loss for words. It was over. It was a gentle overpowering, if that makes sense. Something
It does.
overpowered me, but it was, excuse me, but it was very gentle.
A gentle submission.
Oh, but it had power, and I didn't want that power to let me go.
Mm, y'all
I
know
can't.
what that was. Was it
It kept.
something? Was this something you'd never felt before?
I never felt this before. I've
See,
done a lot of great things in life that I thought were great, but nothing compared to this. Nothing compared to this temple. And I understand that now.
mm,
I don't I anything that comes towards this temple that's not wanted or needed, there's a force that stops it right here. You might try to get in a little bit and then this
hedge of
force
protection.
comes back. Oh.
That's that hedge of protection.
Oh, yes.
Let's let's
And
let's take
yeah.
this let's take this because I want to get to the point by the end of this hour. We got about a half hour left. I want to get
I
to the
got it.
point. I want to get to the point where, well, anyway, let's go here.
Hmm.
Let's break it down in 30-day increments because it was a 100-day journey.
Yeah.
What happened in the first 30 days? Were those the hardest? Because they say after 30 days, if you do something consistently, it's like a habit. What,
No,
what,
the first, the first 30 days were challenging. They weren't hard. They were just days that I need to figure some more stuff out. The first day I had to think, how am I going to get on the floor or stay in the bed or stand up? What can I do to stretch? Because my physical therapist, and I have to give this to this profession, my professional physical therapist at the VA. He told me, I went in there, I could barely walk. He said, Yvette, no matter what, just stretch. And he showed me some things, and I got on the floor because I felt safest. And I said, I'm just going to start moving. And this is exactly what I did. And I did this every day for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 100 days. I just stretched my everything. So those days were challenging because some parts of my whole body hurt. So, yeah. But I just kept doing it. I just kept doing it, kept doing it. Nothing could stop me. I'm all the way up. And I just thought about that now, but that's how I felt. Nothing could stop me.
did
I
you
said,
feel? I'm sorry. Did you feel like you were being stalked by like a serial killer? Like someone's trying, what is trying, why is something trying to take me out? What is it trying to keep me from? What was that urgency behind you making these choices that you weren't able to make for so long? Why suddenly do you think you found that strength to say, okay,
"Mm,"
enough is enough?
because I felt dead. I felt like I was in a coffin in the grave. And I didn't like that dark, lonely. Oh, I was afraid. I said, shit, I can't be. I can't be. God didn't put the spirit of fear. So how do I get rid of this? That's what it was. It was nobody coming to get me. It was already here in me. I needed her out of me. That was it. She just this person, hateful person, and no fault of, well, it was some fault of hers, but she didn't know that either. But yeah, she had to go. I didn't like her. The things in my life I don't like, they just have to be gone because they don't
Now,
serve me. They don't make me happy.
can you hear me, Yvette?
I can hear you.
Okay, keep going. I'm looking on the phone. I don't see me. So
I don't.
Comcast owns something, but
Uh,
you know what? That's another thing that ain't serving us. So as long
yeah.
as people can hear you because it's your story. So take them through this journey of what the spiritual part. Now your body's changing. Now I see you behind you. It says physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Walk through the changes over those.
Mm.
How did each one of those categories change over that 100 days? Talk about that.
Oh, physically, things got so much better. I was committed to myself. I was committed to all of us. Each part of my body is an entity. All of these joints, everything is an entity, and we go together. So I had to meet everybody and let everybody know that this is what we're about to do. So everybody had to get on board, even the knee that's bothered me. Mentally, I was just fed up. I was angry. I was determined. I was excited. And I knew I could do it because I made my mind up to it. There, you're back.
How,
Spiritually,
yeah, how'd you know?
how that, it's like you know what you know. You know, It's that coming to Jesus moment, being shaken. Okay, now a little bit less, but you're gonna still feel that energy inside to want to do something. And I learned over the weekend, energy is power, it's fire. And when I started moving my body, moving these muscles, look at that, just power, and it's sending that energy all through the body, and it burns. That's how I lost all that weight. Y'all can't even see me. That's how I lost all that weight, just stretching. Everything is a movement, is a stretch. Oh, it feels so good. It just feels so good. And spiritually, my father talked to me and he told me because I'm laying in that bed, couldn't get up, and I'm just miserable. Oh my God, life had just beat me down so much. Like I told my husband yesterday, I said, you know what? Until a person hits rock bottom, whatever it is, they're rock bottom. And they can, for me, I was still looking up, and I'm like, there has to be a way to get me up there. And God said, I already gave you the answer. I'm like, wait a minute. You sure did. I made a phone call and I called my girlfriend over at Park Forest. I said, I need a shower chair because I couldn't get in and out of the bathtub. I had to turn around and push myself up the best way I could get up. I was so embarrassed about all of this. Sick that, hear me now, crazy thought. Embarrassed. I was newly married when all of this was happening. My husband married me after I had a heart attack. We were married when I had COVID-19 pneumonia and a stroke. And then all of this stuff started just coming into my world. And I'm like, this isn't who this man married. I got to still get up and put on a good wife, a good businesswoman, a good person. Oh, but it
Wow.
was, yeah,
It was,
it was all
wow.
of that.
I'm looking at me on the screen and I'm frozen standing up, which was like 10 minutes ago. I don't know what's going on, but I don't care as long as they can hear and see you. Um,
Thank you.
so let's talk about what you're doing today because you jumped. It wasn't like you did all this changing and then went on back to business as usual. You immediately started giving it away to other people. Why? Why that choice to do that and not just mind your own business and say,
Because it feels so good. I know a lot of people, and I see a lot of people, and I see my friends and family, and they're overweight, they're fat. And I tell them, you're fat. I was fat. That's why I can tell you you're fat. And I know
mm,
what comes with that fat disease. And what's the other part? um, all that stuff.
all that stuff that doesn't serve us.
Ugh, yeah. Ugh. I'm like, you don't feel it? You're not tired of it yet? It's so much better being healthy. Whatever healthy is, once you get to that point, you could, if healthy, if your healthy body, if you feel like your body is healthy and you've got some thickness, then that's okay.
Yeah,
But if you don't, then keep working on it. That's not okay.
right. Can I ask you,
Hmm.
now that you're on the other side and you look over your shoulder to that girl behind you,
Yep.
did you think her days were numbered? Because I look at the old version of me, not just because I was unhealthy, but I was unhealthy emotionally, spiritually, all of them. And I look at those pictures of me now, and the moment I look at them, I see dead man walking.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So no, I didn't think her days. I didn't think my days were numbered. I thought her days were numbered.
Yeah.
She had to go, and I was the boss. So she's being fired, she's being evicted, she's
I know
being
that's right.
put out, she's being thrown in the garbage, she's being put down the garbage chute. But that's like the worst enemy you could have. The worst enemy is complacency. I
I
listened
know
to a
that's right.
podcast, and I mean, it's complacency. And it's not just complacency because you want to be. My complacency was I didn't know how to get rid of her. Go to the gym, eat like this. I had to figure all of this out. How am I going to sustain this? Not just a fad diet or a pill or a lotion. I didn't take any pills. Not even the
Yeah.
pills the doctor prescribed me for hypertension,
Wow.
diabetes, and the other one, high
So
cholesterol.
even when you were in that red zone, high alert, you
I
weren't so
said
you
a
weren't
hundred days.
so you weren't fearful because you would have done anything. You weren't desperate. Let's put it that way. You weren't desperate. So you reached for the holistic approach.
Yes,
Were
yeah.
people telling you, girl, have you lost your rabbit ass mind? You better take them pills the doctor gave you.
My sister is a doctor, and she told me that. I said I'm not doing that. You don't call me, but once in a while, I call you once in a while, and I didn't tell you everything that's going on with me.
Yeah.
So I apologize for
After
you and me, but
right.
no, I'm not taking that ever. No.
Wow.
I have a
Yeah,
big bag of pills, not open. I never took them.
I know that's right. Listen, Misty, I'm
Hmm.
gonna put this back up on the screen.
Yes.
Misty Lee Riston, she's actually the publisher of the book that launched yesterday. Hi, hats off to Misty over at Campground TBD to be determined publishing.
Yes.
She used to be 300 pounds
I
and
see.
change. How much? What was your top weight, by the way? Just
My top weight was 245, and I'm down to 189 now.
wow.
And that's
Congrats.
within, yeah, that's from 227 to now.
That's what caught me when when you showed up out of the blue, which isn't out of the blue at all, on my feed. And I because we see transformation stories all the time. But when I looked at all the things you were dealing with, and I looked at the short piece of time that you dealt with them, and you dealt with them like Xena, you know,
Yes,
Tina Turner, Return to Thunderdome, right?
right.
You wasn't playing with it. I had to reach out to you. So talk about the difference. We see two people behind us on that banner.
Oh, she's back.
Yes, yeah.
She's back.
I think it's incredible.
Mhm.
Well, so what about your husband? Is he seeing
Oh,
the woman that used to be, or is he seeing in some shape or form a brand new woman he never knew could be?
right. He never met this woman before. He
That's
never
what I
met
thought.
her. Yeah. And he's liking it, but he's a little confused. But I tell him it's okay, baby. This always been me. So now
That
you
is
get to meet your wife. So
that is so
he
interesting. Listen, we're gonna take a 1 minute break, just a 1 minute break,
okay.
and then we're gonna come right back. You guys, what I want you to take a look at right now, we're looking for as soon as I find it, consummate content creators and storytellers from around the globe for the new television network Trajectory. And now we want you to think in a different vein. You don't have to be an adult. We're looking for kids ages 7 to 22 that have a message for the world. Don't go to sleep on our youth, you guys. After all, they're the future. Take a look at this. We'll be back with the wonderful Yvette Jones Swanson in just 1 minute. Don't go away.
I would probably pick it outside of the Comcast office if I knew where it was, but I need them because I don't have a choice. I only have one cable company here. What's up with that? Anyway, somebody needs to invent another cable company. I'm just saying. Anyway, we have Yvette Jones Swanson here talking about all these wonderful changes she made, and reminding me of one that I made a long time ago. I switched out the Diet Coke for this V8. I love them, not just because they're a sponsor, but because they sponsored me when I needed them. Seriously, 2.5 servings of pure vegetables inside every can, 60 calories in each can, and it's easy to find. Just head down the juice aisle at your local grocer, and when you check out, tell them Lauren in Bathroom Moments sent you. Okay, she's back. Come on in, Yvette. So let's talk about this program. How you are now helping others. Is it just women that you specialize with, or just anybody?
Anybody. I was at the VA yesterday walking down the hallway and stopped this man, this veteran. He worked there. He had on that.
Oh, yeah. And thank you for your service.
Oh, my pleasure.
We are
Thank you for
fellow
yours.
veterans.
Yes. And he was walking with a stiff leg. And I said,
Mhm.
you need to stretch that leg, get some of that stiffness up out of there. I said, I can show you a couple things to do. Come here. And he did. And I showed him, and we exchanged information. I showed him, sent him some videos so he could start at home. When I left, I'd seen another female veteran. Anybody? She was 57 when I found out. She was laying on her walker, and she sat next to me, and I struck up a conversation, and I said, asked her what's going on, and she said all this and that. I said, I want to show you something. Are you open to healing? If I could show you something simple to do.
Mm.
She said yes, and we sat there on the park on the bench, and I stood up and I showed her, raised her arm, and I held up and I said, now you pull and reach for the sky. And she said, that feels so good. So,
Wow.
anybody, everybody, this is human. We
This cable.
this is life.
Keep going. Don't let the cable company try
And we
to
all need it.
there you go. I'm letting you be on the screen because um I just am. This cable thing. Okay, there it looks like I could be back, but I don't know. Yvette, if you can hear me?
I didn't hear you.
Okay.
Hmm.
If
I can hear you now.
if you could put your passion for change and what you know now, clear it something that thing that you will never ever leave again into a little package, say in one 60-second package, because we're almost out of time, that you could give as a gift to the people listening to say, to speak to why this is so important and why do you think God chose you this particular to do this particular thing in this particular way. What would you say to people to hopefully get through about don't wait until it's too late Don't wait.
Just give your all to yourself for a change.
Yeah, try that.
For
You're gonna try
100,
everything else.
try that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give your all to yourself. Only think about you. And it's not being selfish, it's being selfless. I became a
Mm,
much better person doing this. Because that girl right there, she's not my friend. And anybody who thinks she was ever a friend of mine is
right.
mistaken.
She looked like a bully.
Yeah, yeah, right, right, exactly. I ain't like her.
Right. Isn't that amazing? How
Mhm.
you're looking at a side by side, but you see that those things, those entities all around that person on the left, and you could, girl, I just love what you're doing. I'm not kidding, Yvette, and you are just getting started. God has a lot for you right around that corner known as the future. And I implore you to keep going because I can see people lined up for as far as the eye can see. And they're coming because they've been told by what is greater than us. There is an intersection I'm leading you to. And when you get there, look for this traveler named Yvette Jones Swanson. I've sent her and she will be there. And I'm just so grateful for you and grateful that you're another example about how we don't try to predict God. God never makes mistakes. He's merely keeping this
No.
journey interesting. So I just want to thank you on behalf of all of us here at Bathrobe Moments, and I'm sure for all the viewers. I apologize. I couldn't do anything about this. I was gonna cuss, but I ain't gonna. This horrible internet connection today. But I hope you heard the words that could change your life because it only takes one. Because the truth is the only thing in the universe, you guys, that never changes. And thank God the truth never changes on us. So, Yvette, one final word for the people from you. What do you got to say?
Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't let anything derail you from really loving yourself.
Amen. Mm.
Mm.
I'm glad I love myself. If not, you'd be making me so jealous. So I just want to applaud you, give you your flowers. Thank you so much. Listen, you're welcome back anytime, you guys. Yvette, when we finish, go into the comment section and drop your connectors where people can find you, find out more about the 100-day challenge, find out about pretty purses for female veterans, something you're doing on December 3rd in Park Forest, Illinois. They might be able to support. And have the conversation with Yvette, won't you please, and learn more about how you can change while there's still time for change. Always time. One more day above ground is good enough for me. So thank you so much. And thank all of you. Listen, join me tomorrow on the front porch at 8 a.m. Central for another illuminated conversation. Tomorrow, Bathrobe Moments is headed to Romania, where I'm going to interview a 14-year-old that is going to knock your socks off. Wait until you meet this
Oh,
kid. He
wow.
a prodigy. Seriously. Thank you, Yvette. Have a blessed day. And all of you out there, be your very best version today. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm Lauren Michaels Harris. I'll see you tomorrow on the next installment of Bathroom Moments. Thank you. Bye bye, all.